Welcome to the MTMscratch podcast, a podcast about artists and the art they make. Today I'm with TEFlon, and we're going to talk about his upcoming album that he just dropped, and all sorts of other stuff. How are you doing today?
I'm not bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So can you tell me about this album you just dropped?
Yeah. Last time I swear. It's out on all DSP, so make sure y'all cop that. It's actually a compilation of songs I recorded. Most of them I recorded probably over a year ago. It's like a bunch of music I had like laying around, and I wanted to like. I'm the type of person where I'm always like, okay, if I don't drop this song now, it's never gonna come out. And I had a bunch of songs like that, so I just I took seven that sounded like they really went together, and pretty much they were all a similar theme. Like I wrote them, most of them around the same time, so they did fit the same theme. And then I ended up just dropping it February 25th. So moving forward though, with all my projects, I'm gonna like everything is gonna be more cohesive. Even my next project, everything is gonna be like way more cohesive, way more prepared. Like even like with the next project, everything I recorded all of it with the intent like, okay, this is going on a project. Last time I swear wasn't really that. Last time I swear was just a compilation of songs that I had that I just thought sounded too dope to not put out. So
Yeah. How did you settle on that number 7?
mhm.
I've talked to a couple other rappers who are like, what is an album nowadays? Like, there's like a 20-track Kanye album, there's a 3-track, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How do you settle on 7?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of tapes are just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Um, I don't know if I'll do seven again. I don't know why I settled on seven. If I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I think it really just turned out that way. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's not no deep,
Oh,
intricate
true,
thinking that
true.
went behind it. I had these songs, and I didn't want the tape to be too long.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if I'll ever put out anything more than like 12 songs. To me, 12 is like the perfect length. Everything longer than that is like, all right, I may be losing the listener's attention a bit.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, attention is really getting
yeah.
shorter and shorter. Like, are you on TikTok?
I am. I'm not utilizing it the best that I can because I don't really know what to do with it yet. Like, I'm not gonna just do a bunch of dances and just do a bunch of voiceovers. So I'm trying
Hmm.
to figure out my niche for TikTok, but I am on it.
Hmm. Something about rappers using TikTok seems so like weird a little bit. Like even like anyone in like a profession that vaguely relies on being tough. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, wait, what? Like, but at the same time, it's like everyone's on TikTok and everyone's
Yeah.
on all the social media. But I guess it's not different than Facebook. Like, I don't know. But
Yeah. It's important. Like even when like when I released last time I swear, when you submit it, they ask you like, hey, what snippet of your song do you want to be on TikTok? And you could customize exactly where in the song that you want, like, because it's only like a at most, I think a 1 minute chop that you can have. And if you don't select it, TikTok will select it for you. So I went through all my music, figured out what parts I wanted on TikTok. So I'm involved in it in that capacity, but I still don't know exactly what I want to do with the app yet.
hmm yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, just like kind of navigating all these new apps. Um, do you ever miss the days like where it was like burn a tape, give it to someone, or like you know what I mean? Not a tape, you know what I mean? Like a CD, burn a CD, or like sell CDs, like, or was that a little bit before your time?
Um, I wasn't making music at that time. I like the accessibility of it now. Like I like the ability that I can have a bunch of music and I can literally upload it and then promote it all digitally. Like I'm just like this. I guess there's some drawbacks. Like yeah, now everything can seem oversaturated, but I love the accessibility. Like I love thinking like, okay, I have all these songs. What do I want to do with it? Oh, I want to put this out. Bet, put it out,
Hmm.
and you move on to the next project. So I do like it. I think it's a major improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the accessibility is kind of cool overall. Do you think there's a like a negative impact on the culture overall though for having everything be so like online versus like in person?
Um, are there negatives? Yes. I don't think it's negative overall though. Like I said, it's a little oversaturated, but to me, good music is good music, and if artists have an easier time putting it out, then that's great. And sometimes you might have to uh, navigate through some music that you don't necessarily care for. But I think overall, it's good. I think
Mm-hmm.
overall it's good. It's good for independent artists because you don't have to rely as much on major labels anymore. If you want to get your song heard, all you need is all you really need is some good music and some money in your pocket to really be able to promote yourself effectively, and you could do it yourself, honestly.
Yeah, do you think there's much value in labels at all anymore? It seems like music's such a game of like marketing on one hand and not necessarily music making, but also it's like everything's so accessible at the same time.
It depends on the artist. Labels can get you exposure. Labels can get you in rooms with people that, like, let's say I would have to work 3, 4, 5 years to be able to get myself to a place where I can meet certain people. A label can get you that like that. So I do think there are benefits. They don't hold as much power. Like they're not. I don't think they're like the gatekeepers anymore. But if you want to go that route, they can definitely help you. Like they can help you speed run whatever track you're on.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that analogy. Speed run the game, basically. Yeah, yeah, that's really it.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
And but I would say I would say even speed running it comes with its own drawbacks and whatnot, but that's a whole separate conversation.
oh yeah, because if you're famous too fast, what do they say? Like you're an industry plant. Like I've heard people say Chance the Rapper's an industry plant. I've heard people say like lots of other people here and there because it's like they got
Mhm.
like so and so's dad was this person or they paid such and such. I don't know. A lot of pay to play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that. It's a lot of or even certain people, they get one song, they have one dope song, it blows up and then they get signed and it's like, all right, well you don't where's your second song? Where's your third song? Like some people don't like they blow up so
Yeah.
fast they don't have that, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
music subject matter is kind of, especially raps, needlessly negative? I feel like the people who have gone out of their way to be positive have just been abandoned so bad. Like, kind of, I thought about that thing about Chance and also Logic, but also pretty much everyone I know on that sort of list who's been like overtly positive.
I I don't know I don't know enough about the behind the scenes stuff to know why certain artists are looked at a certain way. Um, do I feel that like people gravitate more to the negative stuff? Yeah, yes and no. That's a difficult question because I know a lot of artists who don't make strictly negative music who do pretty well. So it's like it's yes and no. Like that's really a hard question to answer because it's like you use Chance the Rapper for example. Chance the Rapper, I thought acid rap was dope. 10 Day was dope. Coloring Book was dope. So like, and I don't think he was rapping negative stuff. Not all of it was super positive either. But there's a balance. You know,
Hmm.
you can make a balance. I'm not well versed enough in Logic's catalog to say why he has the stigma that he has,
Hmm.
but I can bring up someone like a I could bring up someone like a Kendrick or a Cole who they don't they can rap about some of the negative aspects of life, but they don't glorify the negative aspects of life. They paint a picture, they paint a different type of picture, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that kind of a little bit more than like. Well, I don't know. I can't say that either because I kind of to your point. Like I've heard some pretty mindless music that I'm like, oh, this is good. Like depending on the setting, but then you're like, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it is
Yeah.
context driven a lot. Um, do you have any I guess I had thoughts on potentially joining a label or a collective in the future. Earlier, so this is actually our second recording, so the listener knows. We were recording earlier, and I had some technical issues, so we're going back and doing round two. But do you ever think about bringing DBK back? And can you tell the listener a little bit about what DBK is or was?
So DBK stood for Damn Black Kids. It was a collective of me and my closest friends, and we were rapping, singing, making beats. As far as me joining another collective, I wouldn't force it. If it made sense though, like if it made sense, I don't have any label or anyone in mind right now to join. But if I met some dope artists and me and them click to the point where we're recording like every other day and like where we have all this music to put out and it makes sense, then yeah, I would do that. But I don't have a goal for that, no.
Hmm. Do you think rap self-segregates? I interviewed some white rappers and kind of asked that, but I noticed like there's a small community of online white rappers on YouTube, and also a lot of black rappers, but I don't notice a lot of audience, or like I guess not a lot of collaboration. It seems like.
Um, mm, does rap self-segregate? Uh, I'm gonna need you to explain that question more. Like, are you saying like, are the artists who are making rap music, do they self-segregate, or is it like the music itself makes certain people uncomfortable? Like, I would need you to explain that question better.
Oh man, I didn't even think about the thought that rap might make someone uncomfortable. Man, that is such a real question. And that man, that's almost a better question. Why do you think rap makes people uncomfortable? Forget that other question.
Um, uh, on the most surface level, white white people can't say nigga in their rap.
They're just mad
But
about
on a more on a deeper level though, um it's probably just how rap was brought up, you know. There were white rappers, but like majority are black, so maybe a lot of it is upbringing, a lot of it is, you know, a lot of it is upbringing, what you listen to growing up. um Nowadays I feel like there's more white people listening to rap, more white people accepting of it, but back in the day that was not the case.
hmm
Back in the day it was just noise. It was a lot of negative stigma on it. So I feel like, as far as the self segregation question, I feel like it's getting better now. Like it's way more accepting, especially I think recently rap hip hop became the most popular genre in the world, right? So I'm assuming that it's being accepted everywhere, and there are more white artists coming out and rapping, even if rap isn't their main genre of music that they perform. They'll maybe throw in a rap verse, like 8 bars or maybe like
hmm
a 16 bar in their song, just to do it. So
hmm
yeah, it's getting better now, and I think it's way less segregated.
Wow. I'm honestly have been really refreshed throughout this whole conversation by all your positive takes on music, especially like earlier on the first recording. I kind of jokingly put him on the spot during the mic check to just say, "Hey, like, drop a hot 16, just freestyle something," and he did. And then I asked the question, "Do you think that's a good expectation?" And he said no, which I thought was interesting. So, you think? I guess could you re-explain your answer to that question?
Um, yeah, like I said before, like back in the day where the focus was almost completely on lyricism, that's why freestyling was so important then, because it was like, all right, well, if you're so nice, do it now, like just do it
hmm
on the spot. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I have to do it. But and now as music has progressed, it's more on the quality of the music, which is why I feel like it's less relevant now. And people are realizing like, all right, well, freestyling may not be my strong suit, so why focus on that, especially when I don't necessarily have to do it. And you made up a good point. A lot of other professions, they don't just ask you to do something on the spot, like do this. It's
hmm
like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm supposed to just do this now, like I'm not inspired. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even in the studio. I'm not even at work. Like, yeah. But
yeah.
I was also wondering, as far as collaborations, I think we talked about this on the previous interview, but do you have anyone in mind collaborations wise?
Um, Not too many specific. If anything, I have more collaborations with producers I want to do. Not necessarily artists. Not saying I wouldn't do it, but I just don't have any off the top of my head. But producers, there's a bunch of producers I want to work with. I would love to work with like Pharrell. I would love to work with Flying Lotus. I'd love to work with like Alchemist. I would love to. There's too many producers I would really want to work with, honestly. Um, but yeah, yeah, definitely more producers I can think of than more like actual performing artists.
Mm-hmm. What are your top five albums if you were like, I don't know, stuck on a desert island? You got to pick five to go with.
Can I can I count Speaker Box Love Below as one?
Yeah, no, that's fun.
Just because that's 40 songs right there. That's
Sheesh.
40 songs I could listen to. So that definitely. Um, Damn, like even thinking of four more would be hard.
Okay, top three.
Um, Top three. Oh man, this is uh probably Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I would definitely have on there. Um, I'm trying to think of something more R&B because I would want to mix it up. Um, let's see. Oh, Graduation by Kanye. I would want. Um, Graduation.
That's a
So
solid
that's
list.
three.
Yeah, that's a solid
Yeah,
list.
yeah. That's three right there. I'll figure out something R&B related later.
Yeah, it was interesting earlier. You'd mentioned that when you're working on albums, you actually prefer to listen to like R&B and like soul music rather than rap, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Do you ever see yourself leaving the genre of rap?
Uh, never leaving, but I would experiment just to test myself and challenge myself. I would definitely experiment. But like I said, even with that, I would just be experimenting to figure out how to bring those elements into rap
Yeah.
and seeing how well I can blend it
Hmm.
and challenging myself that way.
Yeah. So if you were to dream up like this is the next damn Teflon fusion album, it's and you can't say soul, so you can't say soul and jazz. I'm just gonna take those out of the running. No R&B and no jazz. What would that other genre be?
R&B and jazz. No R&B, no jazz. Um, I wouldn't mind. I don't want to say. I don't know the exact term for this. Like some electronic form, but I don't want to say like techno or house music. I'm not sure. I'm not too well
Hmm.
versed in in the differences between a lot of these electronic type of sounds, but I know a lot of like a lot of up like those real up tempo type songs. I like freestyling to those. Like I have fun rapping to those. So like I
Hmm.
would definitely like that. Like I said, it's real up tempo and to me I like the bounce of it. I really like the bounce of it. So I wouldn't mind experimenting with that. Like working with the artist who like working with a DJ who specializes in that sound. I would definitely have fun with it.
Oh, that's
Even if, like
cool.
regardless of how this music sounded, I would have a lot of fun.
Nice. That was real out of left. I did not expect that. I find like the overlap between like rap fans and EDM fans isn't huge always. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of cool.
Mm-mm.
Um, so also for this next album, you mentioned that in your earlier answer talking about the last album you're working on being a little bit less structured and this one being a little bit more deliberate. Can you give us any details on that upcoming album? Does it have a name or a possible release date?
Um, Definitely no possible release date yet. Um, I don't even have a definite name I'm setting on it, but I would say that most of it was written between December of 2021 and now, pretty much. So right now it's currently I have seven songs recorded, and there's two or three more I'm adding on. I'm definitely adding two more on because I already have those songs written. It's just not recorded yet. The third one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put that third one on yet, but it's all under one producer. His name is Katana. He's based out of New Orleans. Um, I actually found him off of YouTube and thought he was pretty dope. He produced Numbers that's on Last Time I Swear, and I believe he produced the song Last Time I Swear that's on the EP also.
Oh, cool.
And like yeah, and I it started out because I just had a few songs recorded to his beats, and at first I tried hitting him up, but he wasn't really responding. And then eventually I had like 4 songs recorded, then like 5 songs recorded. And then once I got around to like 6 songs recorded, I started hitting him up like crazy. I'm like, all right, I'm like, I feel like I have something here, like it's dope. And then he finally got back to me and he liked the idea of it. So I sent him some of the songs. And once I sent him some of the songs, that's when he really started fucking with it. He was like, holy shit. He was like, this is dope. So then right after he okayed it, that's when I wrote the next 2, 3 songs, and now I'm waiting to record those.
Nice. Could
So
you tell
yeah,
us a little bit about your name?
but yeah,
Where you got your name from? Because I was just thinking about probably his reaction when he opened those files, and also when I heard you freestyle a minute ago, literally saying like, "Damn," like you know what I mean? Like, so can you explain where you got your name from?
yeah, yeah, definitely. So my initials are TEF. So growing up, my brother will always call me Teflon, and that name just kind of stuck with me. So when I started releasing music, I released music under the name Teflon. And then I quickly realized that, holy shit, there's a bunch of artists named Teflon. So I gotta make myself stand out somehow. And then I just threw the damn in front of it. Um, Maybe partially because of damn black kids, but also just because it's like damn, like it's just right
Hmm.
there in your face. So, and there's also no other artist named Damn Teflon. And then yeah, that's also why I spell the name out Damn Teflon the way I do. Like Teflon is spelled TEF in capital letters and then LON in lowercase letters.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I noticed that and
Yeah.
wasn't really sure why. That's cool.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
could you imitate your own style of rapping, or can you imitate any other rappers?
Um, when I was first learning, like when I was first teaching myself how to rap, and I mean like outside of freestyling, I mean like really writing, I used to I studied MF Doom. I studied I'll probably say I studied Kanye, um Andre 3000, and those are probably the 3 main ones, all for different reasons. Like Doom, just how creative Doom is and kind of how outside of the box he is, just like, and just his flow, the way he puts words together. That's why him, Andre, and Kanye, pretty much for the same reasons. Like the way they'll Andre and Kanye, they'll mispronounce a word to make it rhyme, but it still sounds fly. Like they'll do something like that. Like I can't really think of an example right now, but I remember when I was really learning how to rap, I was like, this word sort of rhymes, but not all the way. But if you put a little slang on it, like a little inflection on it, you can make it rhyme. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And I
Hmm.
think all
Yeah.
falls down. Like for that paper, look how low we could scoop. We could scoop. I can't even speak. We could stoop, but then they say the word coop instead of coup. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, interesting, very
Yeah.
very interesting. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely real good for that.
It's really just having fun with words.
Yeah. So, where do you get your start in music? Do you come from a musical family?
Yeah. So yeah, my father sings, and he back in the day he made actual music. Um, my stepfather plays the drums. Well, he plays multiple instruments, mostly the drums. And just growing up around him, he was always just have jazz music playing all the time. And when I was younger, I used to get annoyed by it because like he'd be playing it. I'm talking like 8 in the morning, like he'd be playing it all day. And when I'm young, I'm just like, oh my god, like all right. But growing up, I appreciate the effect that it had on me. And then my stepbrother was making beats pretty much all throughout most of my high school years, making beats on Fruity Loops. And at the time, he himself was just learning how to make beats. So he was experimenting, and then while he'd be making beats, I'd be in the basement playing video games, just like rapping along, just having fun with it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Um, what do you think you want your impact on rap to be, or do you even want to have an impact on rap? I guess when people think "damn Teflon," what do you want associated when that's brought up?
Um, I I don't know if I'm gonna like. I'm not sure if I'm gonna move the needle. That'd be great. I'll. Uh, I I guess to start off, I just want to be able to make the music I want to make and just be able to have fun with it. That's why like when I create music, I don't really try to make any sort of sound. I just go with what's inspiring me at the moment and what sounds good to my ear. Like, which is why I'll have fun experimenting with a sound, and maybe I won't be that great at it, but I had fun making it. Like the song "Might Fall in Love" on Last Time I Swear, like I'm singing on it and all that stuff. That song was fun to write. It was fun to record. Like I had a blast just creating that song. And luckily it turned out that like a lot of people liked it, but even while I was creating it, it wasn't like, oh man, I hope everyone loves this. It was like, nah, like making the music was a release. It made me feel
Yeah,
great creating it. Yeah. As far as impact though, I just want people. I want people to at least have a strong opinion on my music, whether they love it or they hate it. I just don't want them to be like, it's okay. Like I don't
hmm
want that middle ground. I want one or the other. Yeah.
yeah. Have you
Mhm.
met any of your, I guess, anyone you look up to in rap yet, or had an opportunity to like network with anyone you actually like what would you'd say you respect on like a kind of like an aspirational level?
Um, Rome Streets from Griselda, but I've known him from like before he was signed, and when he had dropped his first tape Vagabond, like I knew him then. But even it's fun. I knew him then, but even when I see him now, it's still like holy shit, that's Rome. Like
Yeah.
so I guess that feeling of inspiration doesn't really ever leave.
hmm
But I never really met anyone. Like I've been to a bunch of concerts. Um, I met Joey Badass before. Funny enough, I met him. Man, I know I was under 21 because I couldn't get into the venue because I was under 21. And it's funny
Yeah.
because he was also he's younger than me, so he couldn't even like really enjoy the venue. He couldn't like drink or do anything, smoke or do anything in the venue. So he literally performed and left. And then I was actually I was just waiting outside the venue with Phil actually, and then we're just waiting outside for my brother because my brother was doing photography for the event. I think the DJ Vashti, I believe she was hosting the event, and Joey Badass came outside, and then it was actually Phil who was like, "Holy shit! Like, can we get a picture?" And then he took a picture with us, and Phil actually knew some people that Joey went to high school with, because Phil was in was in Penn State at the time. He was in I believe he was in a thespian club, and he had knew some people that went to high school with him. He's like, "Yo, you know this person, you know this person, you know this person," and Joey was like, "Yeah, how do you know them?" And then they started chopping it up right there.
Oh man, that's
Hmm.
cool. So who are those people
Yeah.
that or maybe people, things, experiences, but what inspires you to create? You mentioned you don't really worry about opinions nowadays in terms of the music you're making, but what inspires you?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, mostly women. Um, so with my own personal music, a lot is like just like whatever I'm struggling with at the time. Women wanting more money, wanting better for myself, all those things drive me. But when it's like features and I'm rapping with other artists, other rap artists especially, it's like I'm about to show them why I'm me. Like that's more it's
hmm
more competition with that. So
Yeah.
yeah, competition drives me. But personally with my music, like especially with this next tape, definitely is definitely women.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean all the songs are songs for a woman. I mean, it's like because of the situation I was going through with the woman, it was giving me more drive to create music.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying throw anyone's name out here, but like, is this about like one woman in particular, or just like women in general?
This one, yeah.
Oh, this is about one
La-
in particular.
last time I swear was actually about a couple women, but this next one, yeah, no, it's focused around one.
Hey, interesting. But that's such like a timeless muse. Like other than maybe like religion, other than like God, I think women have probably had the most songs written about them. And so, it's like God, women, money.
Probably.
You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
big three. Um, Speaking of that,
Yep. I agree.
I talked to some other rapper and they were saying like they're not actually very religious, but they love the way religious imagery sounds. I've heard some, but also I've heard your music at different times and also like different levels of like official releases. But like, are you religious, or is that just like an aesthetic for the
Um,
sound, or a little bit of both?
uh, nah, I'm not religious, but I love gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love that's another genre of music that growing up, I listened to a lot just because of family members and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely had a huge influence on me. But no, I wouldn't say I'm a religious person.
Gotcha. And we have maybe like
Mhm.
two, three more questions, and we're gonna close out the interview. But I was wondering, could
Yep.
you recommend a piece of media, or whether it's like a book, a TV show, a puzzle, just something random that people would get to know you better, or by experiencing, or that you would just highly recommend?
Uh, um, I mean, not to sound cliche, I know a lot of people like are big on it. Like The Secret, the
Mm-hmm.
law of attraction thing, The Secret. So that was a huge thing that shaped my life. Honestly, another thing I feel people can listen to. It's called the Black Phillip Show with Patrice O'Neill. That was that man. That was like a 12 episode podcast before podcasts were podcasts. R.I.P. to the late great Patrice O'Neill. Um, but that's a podcast show about dealing with women, and that shaped a lot. That shaped a lot of just how I view the world and how I view relationships and whatnot. Um, so yeah, check that out. Yeah, definitely the Black Phillip Show by Patrice O'Neill. Uh, you could do your own research on The Secret, Law of Attraction, all of that stuff. Um, Other than that, I don't really have any pieces of literature that's just like, oh man, this is great. Go check that out, because
Mm-hmm.
everyone just has their own view and their own taste. But
Yeah.
those two things definitely shaped me, I will say.
When you started saying like the Black Phil show, or that what that title was, I was really hoping this was like a weird DBK plug, and y'all and Phil had like done like a pilot or something. I was so excited, man. Like I was like, oh, what?
Nah,
There's a Black Phil show. Like I'm like, I'm about to buy the VHS. I'm like, let me buy a
no,
DVD right now. Like no, but it was really great talking to you, man. That's Damn Teflon on the MTMscratch podcast. Check out his recent
sure. Of
project. We'll have that in the description below. It's been real, man. Good talking to you.
course, good talking to you also.